Abuja.
Now, there's a need for the government to take urgent action to increase the participation of young persons in Africa, particularly in decision making. This was the consensus as a two-day dialogue by the International Youth Parliament on the need to empower young persons in the art of decision making.
The high-level dialogue organized by the International Youth Parliament is aimed at enhancing youth participation in governance, population, and development. The forum insists that education for all, meaningful participation, and access to health services are key pillars for youth development that should be prioritized.
It is now time for young people to be at the forefront. Before now, some people will come out and say this is their turn, and it happened. So we are saying that moving forward, it is the youth turn. It is youth o'clock.
Representatives from the National Assembly called on the youth not to relent until their voices are heard.
So if we continue to keep quiet while somebody needs help, how do we help each other?
Their voices and advocating for their rights. The SCPD initiative has created that opportunity for our youth to engage meaningfully about their future.
In as much as we are talking about the youth inclusiveness, the nation Nigeria needs to engage the youth in decision making. That's one of the things I feel that we're supposed to, this our nation, Nigeria, and Africa as a continent should be looking up to, adding youth in decision making.
The All African Student Union says education in Nigeria is underfunded and wants government, particularly state governors and members of the National Assembly, to support education of the African youth.
Africa must take education a bit more seriously than it is taking it today. We are seeing education funding in Africa shrinking. We don't want to start mentioning countries, which includes our own Nigeria, that hasn't funded education adequately. They should not abdicate the responsibility of educating citizens to the parents.
The International Youth Parliament is an independent global network funded by young world leaders to foster synergy among youth and youth organizations globally. Oge Ihimekmen, AIT News, Abuja.
Up next is business news. Okay, now let's bring you some business-related stories. We start from the oil sector, where the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources in charge of oil, Heineken Lukwebiri, has assured the Kogi State Governor, Usman Ododo, of the federal